Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. I'm Joseph Magi, author of playing card Divination, fortune telling, the Magi method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi method. Many thanks to the generous folks who buy me a cup of tea. Please like, it helps the algorithm. Please subscribe, share, and comment if you feel like it. So Harry had his 37th birthday, and nary a whisper. I mean, I can't find anything about any celebrations. All the royal family members did send a nice photo and wish him a very hearty happy birthday. That's very nice. I didn't check to see what Meghan wrote. Meghan should have wished him a big happy birthday on their account on Archwell and whatnot. I don't know if she did. So if Harry was in England, he would have had a huge party. Okay, he would have had a party with family, and then he would have gone down. His friends would have thrown him a party. He probably would have thrown a blowout party and helicopters flying in at 3 a.m. And he also would have gone down to that bar with the redheaded guy, and hung out with him. That's his favorite bar. Man, oh man, he would have had a time. He would have had a birthday 2 weeks or even a birthday month. And people would have, Chelsea Davy would have been seen in town, all kinds of stuff. But I'm not hearing anything. Okay, and for me and my narcissist, that was the end. My birthday, that was the end. She ruined my birthday. It was awful. My friends threw me a big party. It was awful. And that was the end for me. That was the beginning of the end for me. Okay, so I think narcissists hate it when someone else gets attention paid to them. Okay, Meghan made a big deal out of her birthday. Meghan made a big deal out of her birthday. But I'm not hearing anything about Harry's birthday. So, did he have a party? Was there a party? Let's get the feeling for how was Harry's birthday? How was Harry's birthday? Veiled. It's all a big secret. Look at all those sevens. So how was Haz's birthday? This doesn't look celebratory. 10 hearts, 8 hearts, these are celebration cards. 10 hearts and 8 hearts. Those are great celebration cards. This looks, I don't know. Let's read it. Veil, keeping it all a secret. Finger of God, from outside. And inheritance. A family celebration. And 14, 24, 6 spades. Bad, sour relationships. Only just family. Just family. Imposed on him. Just family. Imposed. Okay. Imposed. Restricted. Just family. Harry had just a family situation celebration. There's 2 queens here. Snake. Snake is bitter. Snake is vengeful. Snake is holding things in the tummy. Star of Bethlehem. All these sevens. Returns forever. It's endless. It never ends. It's endless. These family obligations, they just never end. Mercury and High Tower. And Player. Very brief. Player comes and goes. Oh, there's a cake. Okay, now it's gone. Isolated. Staying alone. Maybe they took a short trip. Very isolated. Very quick. And the key was with the woman. Only with Meghan. There's not even children around. Player could be a child, but there's only one. There's supposedly 2 children. This was Harry. It was imposed on Harry. Just a very brief, very quiet celebration with only Meghan. Oh dear. And they maybe took a very short trip. They live a mile from the beach, so they might have gone 5 miles away and stayed at a hotel on the beach because they're, They can actually almost walk to the beach from where they are. They could ride their bicycle to the beach or take a skateboard. Yeah, it looked very unhappy and lonely. He didn't seem to have a party. But we're going to look and see if any of Harry's Hollywood friends had a party with him. So these kind of things are really big. Deaths, birthdays, weddings. These are the big events of life that people don't forget. They remember those things. And they're very important. So, did Harry get together with any friends, any of his Hollywood friends? Adele, David Foster, okay, his foster father. Boy, he's named well. James Corden, any of these fellows. Did he get together with any of his friends in Hollywood? Oh, Harry, I hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday. I'd like to take you out for a drink. You know, and bring Meghan along. So, Harry, Hollywood friends. What's going on there? I mean, how happy of a birthday did Harry have? Or is Meghan keeping him completely isolated? Is she intercepting his messages and deleting them? It's harder to do that now because everybody has their own individual cell phone, but that's what my narc used to do. People would call me and leave messages, and she would get home right before me and delete all the messages and leave, and then come back later and pretend she came after me. My goodness, these people will do anything. So, did Harry's friends, let's look at it. Harry and his Hollywood friends, did they invite him out? Harry. Ooh, coughing is very quiet. Oh dear. Hollywood friends. Acquaintances. Oh man. Look at the center cards. We have coffin and we have earthquake. Really didn't turn out well and very, very quiet. Like Elmer Fudd, be very, very quiet. So Harry, did his friends invite him out? Mother Earth, that's a woman. Conflict with the woman and keeping everything very quiet. 19-5 clubs. No, he had to do other things, other options, 2 or more options. So lots of conflict with the woman and staying very quiet at home. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Harry. Harry's the party boy. And yes, he's 37 now and he's growing up. But I'll bet you anything, I'll bet you dollars for donuts, Harry would like to go out and have a drink with some pals. Okay, and just kind of relax and talk to them. Boy, that would be really good. You know, and without Meghan, and then he can talk about Meghan. How's it going with Meghan? How's it going with Archie and Lilibet? And gosh, nobody's ever seen them. And that's probably why they're not taking him out. Acquaintances, very disappointed in his acquaintances, and Trinity can just be working together. 19-5 clubs. No, they were busy. They were doing other things. 5 clubs, doing other things. Big change, and now he's isolated, completely isolated. The future, he's looking at taking actions to stop his current direction in life. He's looking at leaving. He needs to look at leaving. So for me, and I hate to talk about me, but that birthday for me, her ruining my birthday, and it would have been like one of the best birthdays ever because a big party was thrown for me. And my friend who was a chef, he was cooking, and all my friends were invited, and she just ruined everything. She ruined everything. That was the beginning of the end. So Meghan ruining Harry's birthday is a big deal. Completely alone. Nobody's calling. He's completely isolated now, Hightower, and he's looking at, I can't live like this. He can't live like that. I don't blame him, Harry. Nobody can live like that. It's awful. It's awful not having any social contacts and environment. And that's literally all he was a super social guy. Let's look at Meghan and Harry's relationship. How is their relationship currently going? Because everything depends on that. Okay, Meghan's been love bombing him, but narcs are very, very controlling. Okay, You're their slave. He's her slave. He exists only to serve her. And he went from prince of the realm to handbag carrier. What does a handbag carrier do? Serves the Duchess. Okay, everyone around Meghan just has to serve her, and she's a monster. Like Ellen DeGeneres, who has now been canceled. Isn't it fun when the cancel culture, it goes back on the people who cancel everybody? Ellen DeGeneres is somebody who would have canceled people because she's a lesbian. She was very influential and, you know, telling people, oh, you're a bad person. Oh, we hold the higher moral standard because she's a lesbian and you know, all that stuff. And now she got canceled. So let's look at Meghan and Harry. How is their relationship? Because I don't think it's good. But let's find out. Meghan. Harry. Oh, wow, look at that. On Harry's side, these could be, one child is beloved, the other child is the demon child. I don't think so. I don't think so. What's going on with Meghan? She's still love bombing him. Harry is right here. Very actively dealing with Harry. 25, 7 hearts. She knows that Harry is her future. Her future is Harry. Water into Wine is a great drinking card. Very celebratory. She is doing everything she can to keep Harry. Okay, but there's more to life than just looking at that one person every day, all the time. There needs to be a little bit of the dance of life going on, and you need to share that. And that's not what's happening because Meghan has to stay in control. Devil, wow. Angel, he's there for the kids. Okay, so a lot of people don't believe that the children exist. This would say to me that Lilith, either one or the other or both, do exist. Okay, Coffin, he's keeping all of his feelings to himself, but he is about to explode. You know, we need to check his purchases, make sure he's not buying body armor and ammunition, because he's now in America. And you can buy that stuff. And in England, you can get that stuff through the jihadists because they're bringing in heavy weapons, and there's all kinds of acid attacks and knife attacks. And by the way, with no guns at all, London is more unsafe than New York City. And New York City is a third world crap hole now because of the guy running it. Okay, it's like California now. Okay, and London is more violent and has much more violent crime than New York City, and they have officially no guns. So are guns the problem? Apparently not. Apparently guns are not the problem. And think about an acid attack. Think how awful that is. Think how vicious and evil and satanic that is. And that's become very common in London. So Harry, he's staying for the children, but he's really stuffing it all in. 22, 26, 7 diamonds. He's waiting for an outside event. That's interesting. Maybe he's very strategic. He may be waiting for an outside event to make his exit. Okay, it's not you, Meghan. It's, you know, this outside event. I had to make a change. Things just came to a head. So he's waiting for an outside event, but he is really, really desperately unhappy. But he's staying for the children, which that says to me the children really, at least one of the children actually exists. Butterfly, just living it's all about appearances, keeping up appearances. 3 blackbirds and Butterfly, keeping up appearances. So Meghan is all about Harry. She realizes that he's her meal ticket, but you can't hide. Like, people can be nice to your face and mean behind your back, you know, so I think Meghan is kind of a tortured person. She really struggles a lot. Relationships are difficult for her. So on the one hand, she's throwing tea at people and screaming at people, but then she's nice to Harry, and Harry sees that and says, wow, that's going to be me any minute. Okay, and then maybe Dr. Jekyll comes out, you know, maybe Mr. Hyde comes out, you know, in their relationship, and, you know, so he's He's desperately unhappy, and that's the key. He's desperately unhappy. Ask, do the royals want Harry back? Okay, because there's a lot of reasons they would want Harry back. One is just control. Okay, Andrew has been nothing but trouble, but they know where he is. They know what he's doing. He's not causing any trouble. Okay, that's one reason they would want him back. Another reason they would want him back is just they love Harry, and they, he's a family member, and they want to nurture him and treat him as a family member. So those are the two reasons. So do they want Harry back? The royals were very warm in their well wishes, very warm. Do they want Harry back? What's the, let's look at those two options. Do they want Harry back? Okay, they could just want him back to control him. Do they want Harry back? Handcuffs, look at that, is a binding card. Isolation, binding, and royal family. 1921. They can keep control of him. If he's back in England, if he's back in the royal family, they can keep him under control and he'll stop damaging the royal family. So that is part of it. Okay, underneath, family, they love him, and they want the whole family together, 12, and they want the conflict to stop. So these are very nice hearts. So it's both. It's both. I'm so intuitive, I guess both reasons. Okay, so what a surprise. Yeah, it's both. They do want to care for him, but also if he's back in the family, they can keep him under control and he'll stop damaging the family. I mean, he's like a bomb. He's like a bomb that keeps exploding. So what do we have here? What did we have for the first one? How was, looking around Harry's 37th birthday? Very isolated. And Meghan made it like, no, you're not having a party. All these friends, all these Hollywood friends, nobody called him up for a drink, for a little bit of dinner, a nosh, let's meet up, just quickly. Nobody. It's terrible. How is their relationship? Harry is desperately unhappy. Meghan is doing everything she can to entertain. She's I forget which wife of Henry VIII. He used to kill all his wives. And then this wife, she just kept entertaining him. And that's what Meghan is doing to Harry. Harry's not like Henry VIII, but she knows she has to keep him. And she's doing everything she can to keep him until it's time for the discard. And it's not time for the discard yet. Does the royal family want Harry back? Yes, to control him, and yes, because he's a family member. So it's a little of both. They're always kind of clever and crafty in what they're doing, which, if you're subject to that, it makes you feel like, well, maybe they don't really love me. They're just being clever. It's both, however. Anyway, that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method, and I look forward to seeing you guys next